You want to make an announcement? Yes. Class 1, if you would like to start lining up and then coming into the ring. We're going to come into the ring the same way we did showmanship. Jeannie.
So is that it?
Yep. Class 2, if you would like to start lining up, you can do so. Make sure you give room for Class 1 to exit.
Let's go ahead and put our hands together for the first class of market steers this afternoon. We'll go ahead, there's only 4 in here, so we'll go ahead and kind of talk them individually. And what we're going to go ahead and do is just bring 2 out of this class back, and then we'll sort down to a top 5 for a star class there at the end. I think these calves are really, really good, and I think in their own right kind of different in type and kind. And for me, we'll go ahead and start as if we were going to go ahead and sort them and release them like I did in the hog show. Young man here right in front of me has a steer that is big, long, tall, extended. I think that calf gets out and goes with plenty of reach and extension. For me, with his type and size in terms of frame size, I think that steer gets a little too big and too narrow at the ground. I think that one just needs to have a shot more power into his lower quarter and be bigger up in his pin set. But there's one that's long, tall, high performing, just kind of runs out of gas and gets outmassed. We go ahead and come down here onto the end with this young man's calf. I think that's one that maybe paints a little better picture than the calf we talked about just previously. From the side, this one balances up a little better. This calf for me, though, is a little frailer featured. He reads to be just a little more immature, could benefit from being a little bigger, a little heavier weight. We'll go ahead and bring back this calf here, this young lady. I think this one is a big middle, easy feeding type of kind of steer that just offers some weight, some size, and some mass. Young lady's red cap on the end, I think, is the best from the side. I think that one's the stoutest, and I think that one has the most mass up high. With that being said, let's congratulate these kids one more time. We'll see the steer here second from left, and the steer furthest on the right back to the start class.
Levitt. Tag. What tag is coming back? Tag 10177, and Lola Roth is also coming back to the start class. As soon as Class 1 has exited the ring, Class 2 can begin coming in. begin lining up.
Let's congratulate the second class of exhibitors of market steers here with a round of applause, please. A little bigger class, and I think it still has quality in it, and it makes it fun to sort, to find the pieces in a steer that I like, and things that maybe garner a little more interest for me today. Kind of like how I did the other class, we'll talk these deals in terms of the ones we'll see back and the ones that maybe we would release. We'll start with the ones that we'll release out the gate. They don't have to leave now, but young man's calf here on the end. For me, that one is big and long, has some growth and performance. For me, that one's balance is off a little bit. He's bigger at the point of his shoulder. He's flatter in his forerib, and that calf wants to come up in his flank ever so slightly. If we could balance that steer up and make him a little more attractive from the side, we might see that steer back. We'll go ahead and sort to the next one here. I think that it's still a muscular, practical fat steer that has a soft, easy middle center of body to him. For me, that one reads a little too straight. He's a little crestier and shorter neck. He's straighter out of the front of his shoulder. Consequently, he's shorter stepping as we ask him to lead and pull on that halter there. Young man here that's sorting back through with this brockle face calf. I think this one is really stout in terms of muscle, some power, and some dimension up high. From at the surface, though, is where I wish he was bigger in terms of his toe spread, his foot size, and make that calf balance up just a little better in terms of softening him in his rear rib and flank, is where I change that one. With that being said, I think there's two black calves in here and a red calf that we'll go ahead and actually ask three of them to come back. I think they're all really good. The two black steers, I think, offer a show steer look. They balance up. They get out and lead with some ease. One of them's a little rounder out of his hip. I wish was a little more coordinated out of his back, too. And then we go to the red calf. I think that's just good, practical, fat cattle. He's got some muscle. He's got some width. With that being said, let's congratulate these kids, and we'll see those two steers and the steer on the right back to the start class.
Coming back to the star class at class 2 is tag 10181. Valor 10190. And Kinsey Distant tag 10203.
Hand your stick to somebody. You just walk, you get your You got yours, E?
As soon as class 2 has exited the ring, class 3 can begin coming in.
Let's put our hands together, please, for Class 3 in the market steers. I think it's a really good set of 4 animals all the way through. I think there's 2 that there's maybe some give and take in terms of how you read them and what you see. For me, we'll go ahead and start young man's calf here. In terms of one that's being more moderate in his frame size, being yet still big in his center body and bold in his rib shape and still having plenty of muscle, I like that about him. For as big and powerful as he is, he's not as stout and burly in his feature as I'd like to see him, and that steer's probably the plainest in terms of his shape and expression up high. We go ahead and then next we'll talk the young man's black-white calf on the right side. I think that steer actually arguably probably has a shot more muscle from front to back and top to bottom than one of the other steers in here that I'll get to next. For me, though, I think that steer kind of follows suit with the one we just talked. I think that one's plainer and behind his shoulder and wants to play out. He's not as big in the turn of his upper rib, and consequently, I don't think he's as muscular and big up high in his shape behind his shoulder. We'll go ahead and talk next young lady steer here. I think from the side, that one offers a profile and balanced look. That one gets out and goes with some ease and some flex. That calf doesn't have the same amount of muscle in terms of pin width and lower quarter than the black and white calf, but I think that one just reads to be a little better balancing, higher quality kind. Young man's calf on the end here I think is really good from the side. He's really attractive in motion when he sets down and gets comfortable on his rear pastern and foot. But aside from that, that one paints a really cool picture. We'll go ahead and ask the young man on the end back, the young lady in the middle there, to come back to the start class.
Coming back to start class for Class 3 is Kaylee Smith and Jaden Rouser. Class 4 can enter the ring as soon as Class 3 has exited. Class 4 can now enter the ring. Class 5 can begin lining up.
Go ahead and give this class of market steer exhibitors a round of applause, please. I think another good class of steers that had some give and take and some sort. We'll go ahead and start right here in front of me with the young lady's blaze face calf. I think that one's big and tall and high performing, long and extended and big outline. In reference to his outline, I think that steer is arguably probably the shallowest, the hardest middle, and probably the lightest muscle, but I appreciate that one in terms of growth performance and how that one can get out and go with some reach. We'll go ahead and go to the young man's calf next in front of me here. I think that one is really bold, really big in terms of his center body. I think that one has a lot of mass. I think that steer got a tick chubby on us, and that steer I wish was better out of his hip and hind leg and met the ground with just a notch more foot and substance, circumference of bone. We'll go ahead and go to the young man's yellow calf here. I think that one in terms of practical fat cattle, I think is really good. That one is big, stout, easy, soft middle, and reach to have muscle in the right composition. Young lady's calf on the far end, I think is a little more moderate in type and kind, but there's a big back stout one that still is long, big rib, and feeds back into his rear rib and the rear third of his body, really nice, soft, and easy. With that being said, the calf on the end, on the left and the right side will be what we bring back for your start class. Let's congratulate him one more time.
Coming back to start class from class 4 is Rylan Wolstenhume and Fallon Silcox.
As they finish bringing them around, let's give these exhibitors a round of applause, please. Another good set of 4 steers for me in terms of some differences that you can talk and tie into. We'll go ahead and start with the young lady's calf here on the end. I think there's one here that in terms of being big centered and soft and easy middled, and yet reads to be the easy feeding kind. That's the kind of steer I read that one as. I wish that one was maybe not as cresty and thick up in the top of his neck, and maybe a little stouter in his feature and a little bigger at the ground. With that being said, I think there's a big, bold, easy feeding, muscular, heavyweight kind of steer in the young man's calf here. I think that one maybe handles a little plainer, and that one needs to set down more comfortably and softer on his rear leg and foot. With that being said, we'll roll around to the young lady's calf here up front. I think that one's just the most complete of the 4. I think that one has some muscle, has some finish, has some balance. I wish that one would be a little more comfortable on the move, and how that one hits the surface off its rear leg. You want to talk about one that's big back and big ended, it's the young man's blue smoke calf here. I think that one has tons of muscle. He's big middled. For me, that one's straight off his rear leg. He wants to turn in at his hock and place outside of his framework. With that being said, it's 4 really good calves for me. We'll go ahead and bring the blue roan back and the young lady's calf here up on the right. Let's congratulate these exhibitors, please.
Got him?
Coming back to start class from class 5 is Kelby Pierce and J.W. Silcox. Steers that were asked to come back to start class, you can start entering the ring now. Our educational display winners for the B section. Grand champion is Fallon Silcox. Reserve champion is Strand Moore. We'll work our way down to the top 5 steers, and then that will be your star class. Yeah, so go for 11.
Keep going. Keep going. Okay, back him up. Okay, 7 minutes.
Let's go ahead and congratulate the kids here as we soar down to the 5 for the star class. I've talked to them all individually as they were in the deal, whether they were excused or asked to come back for a star class. I think it's a really, really good set. I think the top end of things have some cattle that have muscle, width, power, dimension, yet they still have composition and handle right. And then I think they balance up and are still flexible for me. With that being said, we'll go ahead and find the ones we'll excuse first, get down to 5, walk them one more time, and go 5 on up from there. Congratulations to the exhibitors here making it this far.
Place is Anjali Levitt. Tenth place is Kaylee Smith. Is Rylan Wolstenboom.
Rylan, come out.
8th place is J.W. Silcox. Seventh place is Fallon Silcox. Sixth place is Kelby Pierce. And And these are your star class steers. Fifth place is Lola Roach. Fourth place is Fallon Silcox. Third place is Kelby Pierce. Reserve champion is Kinsey Diston. Your grand champion is Jaden Rouser. Your grand champion buckle is sponsored by Ensign Ranches, Summit County Fair, and Summit County Council. Your reserve champion buckle is sponsored by Kevin and Vicki Joyner, Summit County Fair, and Summit County Council.
Thank you. Yeah, that's good to hear.
Thanks.